y'all doing? I'm glad y'all come back and visit me. Today is a good day. Only because we're gonna prune, fertilize, and mulch my tomatoes. I'll explain to you in a minute why it's important to prune your tomatoes. There's a lot of different reasons why it's important to mulch your tomatoes. Probably the most important reason that I'm going to mulch my tomatoes is because of blossom end rot. You can prevent blossom end rot if you mulch your tomatoes. You've got weed control, you got moisture control. If you've got sandy soil, you could retain the nutrients in your soil by mulching. It encourages earthworms to your soil. There's a lot of different reasons why it's important to mulch your tomatoes. And today, we're going to mulch my tomatoes. Let's get started. Alright guys, first off we're going to prune all my tomatoes. And when you prune them, just these bottom leaves that's touching the ground here, you just want to cut them off. Let me show you a better one. This one here got a lot of bottom leaves touching the ground. And the more they touch the ground, the more prone to disease they're going to be. So when you prune, you want to cut all them bottom leaves that's touching the ground. Also, when you prune, you want to pinch these suckers out. Like this one here, this is a sucker. Go ahead and get rid of those. All the energy that's involved in growing these suckers here and these bottom leaves will be going right into the fruit and the stalk of this thing. Alright guys, a good time to prune your tomato plants is either 3 or 4 weeks after you planted your transplants or when they're blooming. And mine sure is blooming. We're going to pinch this big old sucker off here. Now that's another plant. I could plant that somewhere. Alright guys, I went down the whole row and took off the lower limbs and the suckers that were touching the ground. Even some of the limbs that wasn't touching the ground, I went ahead and took them off also, just so I have enough room to put my mulch down. Alright guys, let's think about this for a second. All the energy that was going to all these limbs is now going towards flowering and fruit production. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? I just hated cutting all them stems off. It makes me feel like I'm butchering my tomato plants. But I know it's going to help them grow more and grow better, so that's all I got to keep in my mind. But now, after we pruned them and tore off the suckers, it's time to fertilize them. And voila! It's Job's Organic Granular Fertilizer. It's 274. Tomatoes don't like a lot of nitrogen, so what you got to do is you got to get low nitrogen, high phosphorus, and low or equal to potassium. And this right here's got 2% nitrogen, 7% phosphorus, and 4% potassium. And it's also got 7% calcium. And if you got a calcium deficiency, you're gonna get blossom end rot. Come on with me, let's fertilize. Smells like chicken manure. So you know this stuff's gotta be some good stuff. That's what it looks like. Alright, let's see if I can do this with one hand. About 6 inches away from your stem, you want to kind of rough up the ground a little bit, all the way around it. You want to sprinkle just a little bit, all the way around it. And cover it back up. Let me show you one more. Scrape around it all the way around it. Sprinkle just a little bit around the whole plant. Cover it up. One more and I'll hurry up and do them all so we can get to mulching. There we go. That's basically how it's done. Alright guys, we've pruned, we've fertilized, and now we're going to mulch. I got to my right here is soil conditioner. It ain't nothing but organic matter, nutrients. It's a big pile of nutrients right here to sum everything up. Some real good stuff here. I'm gonna put a thin layer of soil conditioner down, and to my left here, I've got cypress mulch. What was that? You hear that? Y'all hear that? Oh well. I'm gonna put about a 2 to 3 inch layer of cypress mulch. Come on in and get a closer look. You can pick this up at any landscape business that sells mulch. Some places might even have it on the side of the road for sale or for free. I had to buy this. Some real good stuff here. Now as for the mulch. This is non-dyed cypress mulch. I've heard a lot of stories about don't get the dyed stuff because the dyed stuff isn't good for plants or whatever. I don't know, I've never tried it. So I went ahead and got the non-dyed. It's a little warm out here. But soil conditioner's down, as you can tell. Now it's time for the mulch. Faster with my hands. Alright guys, this is the finished product. First I pruned everything on the bottom of the tomato plants, and I fertilized, and then I put some soil conditioner down. Then I went on top of it and put some mulch down. So this is a little bit of work, but I'll do a little bit of work for a lot of reward. This video is just showing you how I do it. I'm not, by no means do you have to do it this way. There's been a lot of successful people that's just planted tomatoes in the ground and produced hundreds and hundreds of tomatoes. I'm just showing you how I did it this time. I've been doing a lot of reading on the web, and this is the way I wanted to do it this year. And I just want to see if it works for me. So by no means do y'all have to do it this way. I'm not trying to tell y'all how to grow tomatoes or anything. So last year I didn't have a good garden, so this year I'm doing a lot of reading and a lot of research on a little bit of everything. So I hope y'all enjoyed watching. Hope y'all learned something. Be sure to subscribe, see how these tomatoes turn out. And if you have any questions, I'll answer you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and Luke, if you're watching this tomato contest you're having, just know I'm going to win it. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.